But I know some of you have questions about the contracts and things of that nature. So, yes, we're working on a contract extension for Urban. Made a recommendation to our president. He supported my ability to move forward and work on that. Hasn't been approved by the board. It'll go to the board in April. There will be a recommendation on his salary. There'll be a 2-year extension, which will make it 5 years total for his contract. Someone asked earlier about the assistant coaches' salaries. We're in the middle of getting their term sheet signed. We got approval from the president to increase their salaries, and this is our normal cycle. Some of you know our assistant coach contracts run February 1 to February 1, so it's our normal cycle, not out of the ordinary. After a bowl game, Urban and I sit down and we look at the salaries, and this is the first year with our new vice president for HR at the university that we took a comprehensive look at all of our assistant coach salaries. So everyone will have an increase, and some will have 1-year contracts, some will have 2-year contracts. That's Urban's call. So hopefully we'll have those done next week, and we'll get that information to you through Jerry. So I just wanted to tie down a time frame around those comments. I'll just take a couple of questions, Jerry, if that's helpful.
Will one of those assistant coaches or more break the $1 million barrier?
Yes, we'll have that for the first time.
Yeah, who would that be?
We'll let you know next week.
And number two, will Urban's new situation put him in the Nick Saban, Jimbo Fisher realm?
No.
Austin? Yeah, it seemed like you were outspoken about that in the last couple of days. I wonder if you could share with us a little bit about why you think maybe the salaries have gotten out of hand, what can be done to reel it in at this point, if anything?
Well, relative to your second question, there's nothing that can be done. You know, everybody has a different market where they are, and you know, what Alabama did was right for them, and what Texas A&M did was right for them. But it skews the whole market when those things occur. So it makes it challenging for all of us. But the reality is we have to compensate people consistent with the expectations and their performance. So we've always done that. We'll do the same with Urban. When this contract comes up, you'll see that. But I do think that there's some things that are, you know, out of kilter with the entire, when you look at the market, it'll skew things so crazy if you include them in the market. I'm not a big believer in 10-year contracts. I'm just not one of those guys. I think that that's, I mean, a full guaranteed 10-year contract. I'm just been in this business too long to understand what that means. So I think that skews things. So when you have those one-offs, and that's right for them, let's be clear. That's right for them, but not right for us.
Just a couple more. Bill?
I know it has required a philosophy change. How at peace are you with that?
Totally at peace. It's not a philosophy change. It was always a concern of mine about what we would be capable of. We have 36 sports, you know, 1,000 athletes, and we're blessed right now with Buckeye Nation, trying to keep our ticket prices at a reasonable level. You know, because we're 100% self-supporting. We'll transfer this year somewhere around $42, $43 million to the institution out of our $191 million budget. We pay for all of our grant and aid at $27 million. But if you strive for excellence for every sport you have, and I think we're somewhere around 15 or 16 sports in the top 20 right now, if you strive for that, then you financially have to be able to do that. And we're 36, 37% of our budget is personnel salaries. So when you make those quantum leaps, like we're doing, it puts stress on your ability to reach that goal. So it's more of a management issue than a philosophy, Bill. So that's what it is.
Was Urban's contract extension, was that something you broached with him, or he broached
Yeah,
with
we
you?
talked about it at the, it was after the bowl game. I can't remember if it was in Dallas or here, but I really heard the rumors. Someone was asking the questions I couldn't see over here about the rumors about him leaving. It happens all the time, or retiring. I mean, I see that stuff too, and I've been doing this long enough time. He's got 3 years left. You know, it probably hurts in recruiting, so we need to sit down, and I brought it to him and said, hey, we need to talk about an extension in order to alleviate some of those concerns. And I know how healthy he is and how excited he is to be here, and so we just need to deal with that. So I got approval from the president to move forward.
And last question, Ari, just because you just mentioned it.
Yeah. Nice hat, Ari.
I appreciate that. I like your blazer. I mean, your pullover.
Thank you.
When you talk about contract extensions and the rumors and being aware of like people thinking or wondering how long Urban's going to be, how much do you like to stay on top of his contract and how many years he has left for recruiting? Because it's a very
Huge,
important.
big
Is that a
time,
big
big time.
motivation for you?
Yes, it's for all of our sports, Ari. You know, anytime someone goes south of 4 years, you know, that's when you have the challenges that we have now. You know, Urban's always, for some reason, always had that rumor that he wasn't going to coach long. I don't understand that. And that's why our focus has been on making sure that he has an environment where he's comfortable. But once we got south of that 4 years, it's typical, I don't care where you are, for that issue to come up about he's not going to be there when you are a senior. Right, it's just it's simple. That's the way it's always been. So yes, when that came up, I knew it was going to come up. It's just a matter of getting it done. So we're working on it.
When you see that other coaches are bringing it up and it's having an impact, what is that? I'm sure you saw from afar that a
Right.
major in-state prospect
Right.
said something about how that was a.
It's part of the game. I mean, that's just part of the game. You know, some people operate at the highest level of integrity and some don't. It's that simple.
We have one last question. Steve?
Gene, I gotta ask about basketball, just a crazy question.
Oh my God.
20 wins, the team is ranked in what should have been a transitional rebuilding type year.
Unbelievable.
Just, I know they're still in the middle of this, they got a big game
Right,
today.
big game
but
tonight, yeah.
Just, has this gone about as well as you could have possibly hoped so far?
I planned it this way. What's wrong with you? I knew this would happen. You guys didn't never ask me. But no, you know, it's phenomenal. You know, no one could have a crystal ball and see what we're blessed to have now. But you guys, what I'm about to say, you know, his teaching, his coaching has been phenomenal. His transition in, I can't stress enough about how well he managed that transition in. It was phenomenal. If you go all the way back to, you know, we didn't have the press conference, I think, to that following Monday, but he flew in on Friday before the press conference and spent time with those young men in that locker room. That was a pivotal moment because that's where the trust began. That's where the trust began. And his ability to work with them individually and develop that bond individually, huge, and empower them to have ownership in some of his early decisions. He made some tough early decisions. You know, it's some personnel decisions that were tough, but he empowered them to be a part of that process. So the leadership and JT and Keita, you know, couldn't be better. But then you watch the teaching, the extra pass, focusing on minimizing turnovers. You know, we knew going into the Illinois game what that would be. That was a grind, a dogfight, the toughness. You know, the Butler game, that loss was about toughness. But he had video to demonstrate why it was so important to have that stamina and that fortitude to end games the right way. So, I mean, I can go on and on about how masterful he's executed his job. It's fun to watch, excited about it. I'll probably be punching the TV tonight after I drink a Diet Coke and go from there. So thank you. Hopefully I answered everybody's questions. Thank you so much. Ari, you have one more, or are you good? Good. Thank you, guys.